Lately on social media, a new kind of travel photo has started to appear. Images of nearly empty passenger planes flying across major international routes. For some travelers, these ghost flights are a surreal, almost cinematic experience. Shauna Massenil was one of them. She flew from London to Chicago and couldn't believe her eyes. Shauna Massenil. Look, barely anyone on board, there was nobody there. There was nobody in my row, it was really shocking. I've never been on a flight like that, she said, showing video evidence. Row after row of vacant seats, with the distant hum of engines echoing more than usual in the sparse cabin. It isn't just transatlantic flights. A plane traveling from Toronto to New York had the same empty feel, and so did another from Toronto to Fort Myers, with countless seats unoccupied, the aisles quiet, and the usual bustle of traveling families and business people noticeably absent. Behind these striking images lies a rapidly shifting landscape for international tourism to the United States. In California, international travel is expected to drop by 9% this year alone. The causes aren't mysterious. Higher tariffs from the Trump administration and an increasingly negative sentiment toward the U.S. among some travelers have combined to make the land of opportunity less appealing for holidays and business trips alike. CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg puts it into perspective. Peter Greenberg. The drop in numbers of Europeans traveling to the U.S. is staggering, and depending on the country, it's down as much as 42% over last year. That's just Europeans not traveling to the U.S. And it turns out the numbers are even worse for Canadians. Peter Greenberg, Canadians traveling to the U.S., down by as much as 75%, according to Greenberg. At airports, the traveler experience now includes empty checkpoints and light boarding queues. One Canadian passenger recounts their recent flight from Montreal. Canadian passenger. Was the flight full? No, it was about 70% full. When asked if Canadians are less interested in visiting the U.S., the answer is clear. Canadian passenger, yes, many of them. It's a trend visible not just in statistics, but in the lived experiences of airline staff and travelers alike. Cities that once thrived on a constant influx of foreign tourists are feeling the impact. New York City, for example, expects 400,000 fewer international visitors this year. A big hit to local businesses and attractions. Still, not everyone is staying away. On the streets of New York, a group of visitors from France are making the most of their trip. When asked if they're enjoying themselves, their smiles say it all. French visitors, yeah, I love America. Despite turbulence in the travel industry, the enduring allure of the U.S. means the story isn't over. But for now, those taking international flights may just get a row or even a whole cabin all to themselves.